Well, everyone, the safety car, and yes, we call it a safety car, has taken off. It's a Porsche, which is
Can't hear you. Tracy, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Trace. There we go. Hey, now my mic is there. We had a little audio glitch there, folks. Welcome to Area 51 here in the broadcast booth at the Alien Factory. We have myself, Mike Howerton, Mr. Excitement. We have the #1 team driver, Robert Cook, and the Admiral Tracy Rumschlag here in the Alien Factory, all here. And the safety car, that's right, the safety car, which is that Porsche 911, is out on the track for this race. And the reason we got a Porsche in iRacing today, guys, is because we are at a road course, and yes, they call it the safety car. We are here in New York, upstate New York, at Watkins Glen, one of the endured all-time favorite road courses here in NASCAR that goes there. They go there every year. Trace, what do you think here about this beautiful, beautiful Watkins Glen Virtual Speedway in iRacing?
I love when we come to the wine country in New York. That's the first thing. It's going to be a good time no matter what the racing's like. But I'm going to tell you what, over the last couple of weeks, the racing has been heated up, and we've got another barn burner this week. We've got 31 laps around Watkins Glen, the NASCAR Cup, and they're getting ready to come for the start right now. But we got the same cast of players. We got Parker White on the pole, and we've got Casey Kostowitz. If you remember from a few weeks ago, he led Indy, and he just absolutely demolished him. So we're going to see what happens here. We got John Jenkins starting third, who was on the podcast last night. We'll see how he does. Daniel Buttafuoco, he was a player last week. And we go to Justin Smith. And here we go for the start. Let's see what happens here. See who wins the battle in the first corner. Pace car pulls off.
Yep, safety car is in pit lane. There they go. Engines fired up, Trace.
Green flag. Here we go. Let's see who wins the battle in turn one. This is going to make or break the race right here. We're going to be a hero or a zero.
Ooh, they plowed in. Number 16 just plowed in the back.
Oh, looks like somebody in the back's headed clear up to the wall. Oh, and yeah. There's somebody else got turned back there. It's a blue car. Looks like David W. Robertson is sideways in the track. Yes, it was. We got an audio confirmation there from David W. Robertson.
On the brake, turning off of you, still to the right. I didn't even try to hit you. Huh?
We got another car off. Well, 20, reckon.
Up in the back, just coming out of the S's.
Coming out of the S's. Oh, my God. Okay, there's no cautions here.
No, there isn't. But Parker White has assumed the lead here. I'm sure he's just going to get settled in. But, yeah, we'll have to get back to the carnage that's in the back, see who's all involved. Somebody got it wrong in the S's, and it created a big pileup. So
looks like it was 5 cars at least involved with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was ugly. So we've got Parker White up front. We got Casey Kostowitz right behind him. Looks like he's going to settle in. They're going to be the pace setters right now. We'll have to see how this goes.
And Robert, why don't you jump on that for us and go back there to that S turn back there in the S's and see who and what happened back there.
Up and then he quit. That's awesome.
Yep. Go back.
Go ahead. I changed the true.
We're going to settle down and watch the racing.
Can't find it.
Looks like Jason Conklin, the number 15. He's the one that went flying off at turn one. I seen him go up almost all the way to the Armco. I don't know if he hit it or not, but I know he went flying through there. As we go down out of the S's down into the bus stop, Parker White still has a good lead here, settling in, just logging laps. Looks like Casey Kostowitz is just following. Looks like they're starting to pull third place, Daniel Buttafuoco. Good to see Daniel having a good run early tonight. We'll see how he plays out. He did a nice job last week too. He had some problems there towards the end of the race, kind of cost him, but other than that, he was doing good.
Yeah, it looks like the top 5's starting to pull away. A good number of cars are starting to pull away here from the back.
Okay, that wreck started with Brandon Smith. You got a little tighter loose coming off the S's or coming off the floor, whatever you call it. Corner.
Well, let me say the top 13. I'll say the number 5 car there, Mike Bruno, is in 13th position, and the leaders are all in a pack from 13 up. The rest of the cars are falling away. It looks like Looks like one of the guys there is just back behind Mike Brennan now. Jonathan Dalrymple got pushed out a little bit, and he's a good little piece, several seconds there behind 13th position now. He was up a little ways towards the front and got pushed out there in that turn.
If you want to go back and look at it, it's lap 1 and lap 1. Brandon Smith. It started with Brandon Smith. And it was just piled on that.
Hey, we got some exciting news for tonight, too. We've got stintanalyzer.com doing the Hard Charger Award tonight. So whoever started at the furthest back and finishes the highest is going to be the winner of that award tonight. stintanalyzer.com coming on board this week to sponsor that. So that's exciting news for us. Plus, we've got the Area 51 Alien Factory halfway challenge. So we'll see who wins that money, too. Gets themselves an alien head. I seen some smoke in the back, turn 9 back there. I'm not sure what happened.
On the grass, but
Parker White still taking the lead here, setting the pace early. Casey's right behind him, about 5 car lengths behind him.
Yep, there they are on the screen right there. Parker White in the white, black, and red car. Casey Kosowitz right behind him in that Ryko machine in the white and black car with some light blue trim. John Jenkins, who was on the Alien Factory podcast last night as we're watching those cars go through the chicane there. He is currently running 4th place tonight, Tracy.
Yep. He said he was ready. He said his practices, when he talked to him last night, said he had good practices. We'll see if he can make his way to the front here. But you got 3 good guys up front right now just setting a torrid pace.
Yeah, my friend Danny Batafudo, he's in there, top 3. That's right.
Yeah. Yes, he is. And he's not that far off. He's about 2 seconds off the leaders. Nothing too bad. We'll see how pit stops play out tonight.
So how far can you go before you have to pit? Halfway or?
You know, I'm not sure what to tell you on that. We didn't get any information on that yet.
I mean, well, the thing is, Robert, you're going to have to pit at some point. So the smart play is to go ahead and pit halfway so you get fresh tires for the second half of the race.
Yeah, I think tires would be the issue here, especially the rears.
Not if you drive as slow as I do.
Well, I know in Indianapolis they were talking about heating the rear tires up and then losing traction and made it kind of edgy to drive. So I'm sure that's going to play out here tonight.
Jacob and Cody's getting into a little racy on the Essen.
We got Tommy Gossett that joined us tonight. He's racing right now. He's currently 10th, started 10th. So he hasn't really moved up any. He's kind of settled in there. He missed last week due to starting school. I got a hold of him and talked to him, and he said, yep, nothing wrong with the team. He just couldn't make the show.
Well, everybody's got to pay their dues.
That's right. Cody Trelindi started 7th. That's our point leader. He started 7th. He's currently 8th right now. We'll see how he makes his moves, see once he gets up and running, see what happens.
And we were just inside Cody Twilindy's Ryko machine there, that black and red car out here on the track that Cody's driving, that Camaro. We were right inside there riding along with him just a second ago.
Like Cody and Jacob Gruber kind of just riding together. Logging laps, everybody's just logging laps, trying to stay clean. That's the biggest thing about Watkins Glen is you just got to keep it on the track. Way too early to get racy right now.
I think everybody got a little racy earlier are paying the price now. The cars are damaged.
Yeah, we've got 5 cars right now that are at least a minimum of a lap down. We've got Galen Wunsch and Daniel Molnix, Brandon Schmidt, Nathan Nicholson, and Tyler Gary.
Bet they're all those guys the ones involved with that wreck coming off with the S's.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Started with Brandon Smith, got loose coming off, or too much gas early or whatever, and he slammed in the inside wall.
Yeah, those guys, most of those guys retired right now. Look, we had one guy tonight from the UK and that's Aaron Full, but it looks like he is possibly started and parked. Yeah,
Hey, we get the road guys in here tonight.
Yep.
Bill.
Yeah. This is where separates the men from the boys. Boy, if they didn't have to drop weeks, this would really be challenging for some of these guys. Parker White still setting the pace. He's got 8-car length lead right now over Casey Kostowitz. Casey, I'm sure, is just riding, logging laps, not trying to use up his tires. And Daniel Buttafuoco, he's like 3.4 seconds right now behind second place. So it looks like Parker and Casey are going to be settling again this week.
Jacob and Cody's getting into it. They're catching up to Matt Lucy, and I don't know what that's for. He popped in a little bit.
Yeah, I've stayed there with them, and they're actually coming up on Kyle Myers as well. And
Yeah,
you see him, Cody. You see from inside of Cody's cockpit there, my monitor guys, that he just made the pass on Kyle Myers, and you got the inside the car view on that pass.
Cody coming to the front.
Now, for learning road courses, this is probably one of the easiest ones to learn.
And actually, Cody separated himself from Jacob Groove there just a hair, but Jacob's right back on his tail now. When he was passing, when they were passing Jacob Groove, not Jacob Groove. Sorry, when they were passing Kyle Myers, Jacob Groove just got a little bit behind, and then he caught right back up going in the next turn.
Yeah, I know Mr. Excitement and I, we spend a little time here in wine country and drive our MX-5s around here, usually through the week, and see how many fun races we can have. It's a great little place to run.
Here we are checking back in with the leader, Parker White. He is setting the pace here, guys. Got a shot inside of his car, and then you get to see it from outside view. And right behind him is Casey Kostowitz. I mean, Casey can't be more than a second behind him. He is right there with him, as you can see the view. And right behind them, you can still see in the distance is Daniel Buttafuoco. So the top three are staying within arm's length of each other, just waiting for somebody to make a mistake.
Justin Smith and John Jenkins are having a go at it here. A little tight in the corners.
Yeah, Casey's not letting Parker get away. He's keeping him within, within a second.
And here we go. I've just settled into that fourth place position battle between Justin R. Smith and the friend of the channel there, John Jenkins, in that custom paints and die cast black and silver chrome car. The custom number actually it's the custom number 7 there with John Jenkins, and then the custom number 66 right behind him there in Justin R. Smith as they're going through the chicane. What a great shot of those cars shooting through that chicane.
Yeah, right here is where Justin caught up to him coming into the corner up here.
Yeah, this is we're almost a third of the way through this race.
This is
definitely laps off pretty good.
Yes, they are, Tracy. Yeah, almost a third of the way through, like you said. But we're going to stick with this battle here for fourth position between Justin R. Smith and John Jenkins. They are. It's good. It's a tough one, man. Actually, it looks like John Jenkins is starting to pull away just a hair. If he pulls away from him, we will. We'll cut to another group of cars on the track.
Just catch him on the exit of the corner, barely.
Right now, at 10 laps down, we have 15 cars still on the lead lap. Most of the guys that are laps down were in the early accident on lap 1, but we still have 15 cars on the lead lap. Parker White is still leading. He's got a 1 second lead over Casey Kostowitz. Casey's not letting him get away, that's for sure. Doesn't look like Parker's driving too hard either. He's got the car under control trying to save his tires, that's for sure.
Well, so far, it looks like that Lee Higley is winning the challenge here.
For the hard charger?
Hard charger.
He's currently in 15th.
Started 20th, and he's in 15th. Granted, the other guys some of them got wrecked out.
Yeah, let's go ahead. It's the 15 cars are still in the lead lap, Trace. I'm going to go ahead and run down through them for all the viewers. In first place, your leader of the race right now is Parker White. Then in second place, you got Casey Kostowitz. Third place, Daniel Buttafuoco. Fourth place, John Jenkins. Fifth place, Justin R. Smith. Sixth place, Matt Rusi. Moving up into seventh place is Cody Trelindi, followed still by Jacob Grube. In 9th place is Holden McGill. 10th place, rounding out your top 10, is Mike T. Bruno. He's number 5 car in this race. Then in 11th position, you have Kyle Myers. 12th place, Tommy Gossett. 13th, Jonathan Dalrymple. Jonathan Dalrymple started way up towards the front and got bumped out there and sent towards the back. And then 14th, you have Jason Conklin. And then 15th, Lee Higley.
I got an interesting story on Parker White. I don't know if the viewers have watched last week's interviews and stuff, but Parker had his dog underneath his pedals when he was racing last week. So we had noticed that it looked like something was wrong with the car, or he was a little off pace or something. But what he was dealing with was that his dog was trying to be friendly underneath his desk with the pedals. Underneath the pedals, he was resting himself on Parker's feet. So he was having a hard time driving the car.
I don't like the word friendly because it sounds a little weird.
Well, add whatever you'd like there.
I tell you what, this has been going lap after lap, and it looks like John Jenkins has gained maybe a couple car lengths on Justin R. Smith. I don't think this is going anywhere. Let's head to another battle on the track. Let's check in here with the 3rd place sitter. That's Daniel Buttafuoco. We have not ridden in his car yet tonight. Let's go check him out as he is trailing Parker White and Casey Kosowicz.
And their times are still fast for what I could run at 114 or 1.10 per lap. Still getting it on.
Yeah, and Daniel Buttafuoco, we just saw him shoot through the chicane. Now he's going through the carousel, popping out there on that little short straight stretch before he works his way back up to the front stretch in the race here.
Heating up back here with Jonathan and Tommy and Kyle back here.
Yeah, and I tell you, Daniel Buttafuoco, he has definitely given some ground up to the two guys up front, Parker and Casey. They're still keeping up with each other. Casey is right on the tail of Parker, but Daniel Buttafuoco's dropped back a little bit, and he's actually closer now to John Jenkins than he is to the top two.
Might want to go back and look at Jonathan Darnipple.
Yeah, he's catching Tommy Gossett, and they've got a whole string of cars there. You got Jonathan Dalrymple, the back of that pack, as he is catching him, trying to work his way forward. In front of him, the first person he's got to pass on that list is Tommy Gossett, then Kyle Myers and Mike Bruno and Holden McGill. They're all kind of lined up there.
I know, looking at Stint Analyzer right now, obviously Parker White is setting the pace. He's got the fastest lap, and he's got the 10-lap average, and I'm sure he's going to be in the 15-lap average. But right now, it looks like Casey Kosowicz might be on the move a little bit. He's in the green, so obviously he's coming forward. So we'll have to see how his average time goes and see if he's starting to make his way back to the front.
Tommy got into Kyle a little bit ago, almost got into it.
Yeah, and let's take a look at those cars that had some unfortunate luck there on lap 1. We look at Tyler Gary. He is the last place finisher in the split at 23rd position. He's logged out of the race, 13 laps down. Nathan Nicholson, who's a great road racer, he really looked to do some damage here tonight, but unfortunately he got caught up in that stuff in the S's there on lap 1 as well. He's 13 laps down and logged out of the race. Brandon Schmidt, who's a top competitor here in the strength of field races, Trace, he's out. He got caught up in that as well. Daniel Molnix got caught up in it. He's out. He's 12 laps down. So it looks like he suffered around the track for one extra lap before he had to call it quits. Aaron Fool, he is 10 laps down. So he wrecked out there towards the beginning. He's probably one of those guys that got shot up into the wall there on the second or third lap. And then it looks like a couple of guys in those wrecks made it back out on the track. And they're several laps down. We got Lee Higley now, who was the last car on the lead lap. He is now 1 lap down. He's the first car that's not on the lead lap now. So only the top 14 Trace are on the lead lap. Then you have Todd Navassid. He is now 3 laps down. So he suffered some damage, but not enough to really cause him to be massively down. But 3 laps, that's going to be a tough finish for him. He is in 16th position. In 17th position, we have David W. Robertson, 9 laps down. So it looks like he went in and got some of that damage fixed and limped back out on the track to finish this race out to see what he can get here, position and points-wise. And then the last person who's still running is Galen Wunich, and he is 10 laps down. So yeah, he went in and got some damage fixed like David Robertson, and 10 laps here is a decent amount of time. They were in the pits for probably 15 minutes getting damage fixed before they're able to pop back out. So that's everybody that's still running on the track, Trace.
Well, guys, we're coming to the Area 51 Alien Factory halfway challenge right now. So we have got Parker White. Looks like he's going to be a candidate for that. He's got it well in hand right now. He just got to get past the start-finish line, and we will be halfway at this race. So right now we have the Parker White benefit race going on. Parker's got his lead down to 1.5 seconds now, so he's pulled out a little bit. And here he is.
They'll be in here pretty soon, should they?
I don't know. Won't know. We'll have to see. They'll keep us on the edge, that's for sure. But Parker White is the winner of the Area 51 Alien Factory Halfway Challenge. We'll have to get Parker an alien head he can put on his car now. Yeah, Parker's he's going by a back marker right now. He's going by Todd Novosad. Put him another lap down.
Big Blue Betty won't be passed out any hot dogs this week because there won't ever be a caution on this track.
A caution flag? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so there's no sense in giving everybody a hot dog if you can't bring out a caution. You get a hot dog if you don't bring out a caution. But why should you offer hot dogs when there's no cautions going to be given out anyway?
Right. Well, there was 5 guys trying to get that caution on the first lap, so.
If you cause a caution, you don't get a hot dog in. Big Blue Betty, she loves to pass out those hot dogs.
Robert, did you do you did testing here, didn't you?
I did it with the regular open.
You didn't check any mileage? You don't know what the mileage is per lap on this thing?
No, I was pretty slow. I probably could have gone the whole way. I think my best lap was 117.
Well, that's what I was curious. You said you could go, maybe could go all the way. So I'm interested. Maybe that is the strategy here. They might just ride it out, especially if you're Parker and you've got a 1.5 second lead. I mean, there's no real point of pitting if you don't have to.
Yeah, and guys,
I never looked at my mileage when I did it. Never looked down to see how many laps I could make.
Looks like the 14th position now has fell victim to Parker White and Casey Kosowicz, and so now 14th position is 1 lap down. That's Jason Cronklin, just went 1 lap down. So the last car on the lead lap is Jonathan Dalrymple, and he is 25 seconds behind the leader. So at this pace, it looks like as long as there's no wrecks of anybody on the lead lap, that is going to be everybody that's going to finish on the lead lap. There's not enough laps left in the race at the current pace that they're running for anybody else to get laps.
Unless they pit or something like that, and nobody else pits.
Right.
Tell you what, Lee Higley still seems to be our StintAnalyzer.com Hard Charger Award recipient right now. He's in consideration because he's up five spots from where he started. He started 20th. He's still currently 15th.
Lee Higley is he just passed Jason Cronklin. He is in 14th position now, but he's still 1 lap down. So actually, he's gained 6 positions.
Okay. Maybe timing and scoring is a little behind here. But that's good. At least we know the movers and the shakers.
Yeah, I'm going to pop back in now with the guys at the tail end of the lead lap. Jonathan Dalrymple, he is still there right behind that pack, and you've got a pack of cars just right there together. It starts with Jonathan Dalrymple in the back. Then you got Tommy Gossett, Kyle Meyer, and Mike Bruno is heading up the front of that pack.
Yeah, right now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to drop back. I want to check on Cody Trelindi, Ryko driver. He's our points leader. He's having a nice, quiet race, which is good. I'm sure he appreciates that. I'm sure he'd like to be a little further up. He started 7th and is currently 7th, so he's not really made his way to the front. He's almost 19 seconds behind Parker. So, but Yeah, as long as he has an uneventful race, he should still remain our point leader for sure.
Yeah, there's Cody, and he's running in a little bit of a pack there himself, and not very tight pack, not like the one back behind him. But you've got Matt Rusi in sixth place in front of him. Then probably a second behind Matt is Cody Trelindi. Then Jacob Grube, another second behind, a second or so behind Cody. And then you have Holden McGill wrapping up. He actually, Holden McGill's in between packs. Holden McGill's about halfway in between that pack with Rusi, Trelindi, and Grube. Then you got Matt Holden, or not Matt Holden, but Holden McGill in the middle. Then you got the Mike Bruno, Kyle Meyer, Tommy Gossett, and Jonathan Dalrymple pack behind him.
Tommy got a little high at going into turn one there, and Jonathan almost got a pass on him.
Yeah, I think that pack's where the action's at. You're looking there in the front of that. You got Mike T. Bruno and that Liquid Molly sponsored Phase 2 car there in the black and the red of Mike Bruno.
Mike T. Bruno, that must be an alt account.
No, that is his main account, Mike T. Bruno.
Oh, does he have an alt? I always thought Mike Bruno was it. He
No, in fact, I talked to Mike a long time ago about that, him having his middle name on there. And I said, man, they can take that off for you. And he was like, nah. He was like, when I first signed up, he said it was somebody else that was registered as Mike Bruno. So I didn't want a number 2 behind my name. So I registered with my middle initial in there. And that way he wouldn't have to have a 2 behind his name. So no, he can't. There is somebody else out there that's not the Mike Bruno we know that took the name and occupied it. I'm not even sure he's active anymore. But that kept Mike T. Bruno, the guy we know and race with all the time, from getting his name without an initial or a number by it.
Looks like he's getting ready to get passed.
Yeah, he just sent it off there, off the S's.
Yeah, Kyle Myers is right on his tail, and they are shooting through the chicane here. I tell you what, this pack.
They got 15 more laps to go.
Yeah, and I tell you, they got 11 more laps to go, Robert. We're on lap 20 of 31.
Oh.
And but I tell you what, this pack here with Mike Bruno and those 4 cars all together is where that's about the only action that's really happening on the track right now. Everybody else is pretty settled in and running a pretty brisk pace.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's the most amount of fun those guys right there are having, because they're racing with their buddies, they're keeping it clean and just having a good time.
Yeah, Mikey, I should have pulled out my calculator like you do, but I didn't pull that out. Sorry about that.
Or at least your reading glasses.
Yeah, that too. That would help.
Use your good eye, you know. Anyhow, after 21 laps, 2/3 of the way down in this race here at Watkins Glen, we've got 6 retirements. We've got 6 drivers that decided to call it a day. We've got Brandon Schmidt's gone, Nathan Nicholson's gone, David W. Robertson finally called it a day, Tyler Gary, Aaron Full, 4, he's out as well. He was our international guest, UK and I. And then we have Daniel Molnix from Carolinas. He's gone as well. So there's 6 guys that called it a day already, 2/3 down.
And Mike, at the end of this thing, you might want to go back to lap 1 and look at Brandon Smith and see that pile up, because that was pretty bad.
Yeah, we'll go back and look at those. They all happen in the first lap and a half of the race. So after the race is over, we'll go back and take a look at all those events that happen and the excitement that happened there on the first lap, where the big payouts happen, right, Trace?
That's it. That's where the big money is. Whoever wins the first corner in the first lap.
This is like the 5th or 6th corner, but yeah, it worked out the same way.
And going back to that first lap, that number 15, Jason Conklin, he's down 1 lap, but he's still going. You know, he had that moment there going into turn 1 on the start, but he's recovered nicely. He's still riding around 1 lap down, but nice little race. Started 16th. He's currently 15th. I'm sure he's probably happy about that.
Remember the days when that was all sand. Turn 1.
Unfortunately, I do too. Yeah, they've made this place a lot more user-friendly, that's for sure.
There, we got a shot of that inside that Liquid Molly car there with Mike Bruno. Tommy Gossett gets a little bit loose there.
Tommy driving 10/10ths right now. He's not leaving nothing on the table. He must be go time. Oh, yeah. He's
applying a little pressure now. I
yes,
guess he saw
is.
Something. I guess he saw something. He's going.
He sees blood in the water. That's what he sees.
Someone should tell him that Big Boo Betty's not passing out any hot dogs today.
He might be on a whole new agenda.
top 10 here would be nice. They're going to go all the way. I think they're going to go. Yeah, if they're going to bid, they would have bid her already.
Yeah, I think you got what you got. That's for sure. Indy wasn't a pit race, was it? I think they went the whole distance too, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did too.
Yeah. Yep.
The one that pitted was damaged, but
yeah, right.
Yeah, the last road course there at Indy, yeah, that was a no pit race. Also, if you wanted to play the right strategy, I'm trying to think here. Richmond, we were at last week. That could possibly be a no pit race if you wanted to roll the dice and play that strategy to see if you could hold out on tires. So we've in the last several weeks here in the Xfinity series and iRacing, we have had some no pit, some possible no pit races, and it looks like that's what's going to happen tonight.
I went and played Richmond a little bit. There was enough. Well, not a few. There's a few cautions I was not involved with, but they had enough cautions there that you can go ahead and pit and get some new tires.
There you go. Business
Here's
is
a
starting to pick
pass.
up.
Here's a pass right here.
Yeah, between Bruno and Kyle Myers and is that Tommy Gossett's in there somewhere?
Yeah, and they're right now. Tommy's running too wide, I think, with Kyle Myers.
Yes, he is. I think Kyle's going to have the line, though. He's on the inside, so not much Tommy can do. We'll see what happens, see if he can roll the top.
Well, here he goes. I think Tommy's going to get him here.
You might, yeah. Well,
Kyle got a little loose. Got a little wheel spin there.
Yeah, but Tommy did get him right there. Tommy Gossett now in 11th position behind Mike Bruno. Yeah,
almost got that position as well.
But you guys are right. It is go time for Tommy Gossett. He is starting to get into it. He wants to break in to the top 10 here, and the only thing standing his way from the top 10 is Mr. Mike T. Bruno.
Yeah, we're getting to crunch time, guys. We're going to be a couple laps here. We'll be 5 laps to go, and we'll have this one in the books. It's been a quick little race tonight. These guys have done a nice job.
The track temperature is 119. Was track temperature play a lot here with your tires?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. The hotter the track, the more greasy it's going to feel, and you're going to be sliding around. I'm just surprised it's so hot.
Well, it's New York,
In August, and I've been up there then, and I know what it's like. It can't be like that.
Jonathan Dalrymple now is making a move on Kyle Myers, and he went out wide on him, trying to get underneath him here going into turn 1, but instead decided to go ahead and tuck back in behind him. There is Jonathan Dalrymple brings up the rear of this pack. It's kind of been reshuffled as Tommy Gossett has started to work his way forward.
He's going after He's going after Mike T. Bruno right now.
Yes, he is. And I'm going to tell you what, I think he's going to get him, too, because he's got a full head of steam. Look at him. Just sending it.
Oh, man, Tommy Gossett, he is running the tires off of that thing.
Yes, he is. He's not saving anything now. It is go time. They got rid of the reins on him, and he is on his way. Mike better hang on.
Yeah, his crew chief says, Tommy, you got enough tires, buddy. You better push right now. I'm telling you. That's the conversation they had to have been having. He's like, there's not too many laps left. You're going to make a move. You better make it.
Yeah, we're going to be 5 laps at the line, guys. So, and I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go back up front if you guys want to watch this battle, because I think Parker White's starting to get reeled in here, too.
Hey, here we go. Tommy Gossett making a move on Mike Bruno down to the inside on turn 1.
Will it stick?
He sent it down into turn 1. They're side by side coming out of turn 1. Tommy gets a little bit loose. So doesn't Bruno. Tommy slips right in back behind Bruno. Bruno now has about a 3 or 4 car gap here he's gained from that. Tommy just about had him. Bruno was not giving him any room either. Well, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying it was nice, hard, clean racing, but Bruno was not moving out of his way. Bruno was racing for it.
He's going to have to do it again, but hopefully be on the outside of Bruno going in turn 1. Bruno got slipped up there a little bit.
Oh, Tommy, look at him send it from the in-car. Look at the in-car shot.
I know, this
is a good shot.
It is wild,
Tommy
man.
is working, man. He is working. You can tell. Look at him.
Whoa, look at that, man.
Ready to go.
There he
Here we
goes.
go.
He's making a
He
move
might
to the
have him.
inside.
He might have him here. He might gonna outbreak him.
Making a move to the inside.
Turn one. Oh, he got it. He got it.
That's where he's going to be. He's going to the outside here, going into the turn into the straight stretch, and then now put him on the outside, going into turn one, and he's got it. Looks like Kyle Myers is following Tommy Gossett right through him. Bruno, and so isn't Dalrymple. They're all lined up on the outside on Mike Bruno. It looks like they're all going to try to make it. Jonathan Dalrymple now side by side with Bruno, and it looks like he is not going to make it, but Kyle Myers did. Kyle Myers made it, and he is now there in that position and moved into 11th position there, right behind Mike T. Bruno. Bruno back to 12th place now, and he's
gonna lose that position.
Yeah,
too.
he got a little loose.
Slick.
He got a little
Slick
loose, and
right
Jonathan Dalrymple's pushing hard on his tail. Let's move
I'll tell
back.
you what, guys, just an update since you guys are watching this battle. Parker White is down to 0.7 tenths of a second right now to Casey Kostowitz. Casey's catching him, and I'm going to tell you what, if Parker makes a mistake, I'll tell you what, the race is going to be on here in the next couple laps. It's lap 28 right now, 31. So we got 3 laps to get this settled, and it looks like Casey's starting to make his
Bruno's
move,
getting
too.
ready to lose it.
Oh, Bruno lost it way out there wide. Dalrymple's getting around him here. Bruno's getting wicked loose in the carousel. And there we go. Mike Bruno settles in behind Jonathan Dalrymple, and I think that's going to pretty much settle things here. Bruno was getting wildly loose trying to hold on there. So that's I think this is how this is going to settle out here back in the back, and we're going to move to the front here in just a second. But I think it's going to settle out with Tommy Gossett is going to squeeze into the top 10 tonight. Then you got Kyle Myers in 11th, Jonathan Dalrymple 12th, Mike Bruno 13th position, and that is, I believe, everybody that is on the lead lap.
Look at the number 1 position now.
It's
Oh, wow, there we go. It is. I just came into it, and Parker White, as the monitor catches up there, started to wiggle a bit. Casey Kostowitz is right on his tail. Parker White gets loose going into the turn there. This is a battle for a battle. Absolutely. We just went from a very heated battle right into the start of another one, guys. Who says road racing can't get exciting?
Right. Usually it's Robert, number 1 team driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey Kostowitz just threw it in there.
It up easy.
Wow.
He crossed him over.
Way to the outside. Wow, what a move. Tracy, that's the kind of
Which just sent it.
That's the kind of move you see on dirt tracks, isn't it?
It is. I'll tell you what, Casey just sent it, overdrove the corner a little bit. Parker got on the brakes, undercut him, and passed him back. What a great move. I'll tell you what, that might have sealed the deal right there. It just depends how much tire that Casey has left because he used up a ton right there.
Going into the chicane now.
Yep. And it's lap 29, so we're getting down to the last couple laps right now.
2.5 laps to go. 2.5 laps.
Let's stay with this battle.
Casey's coming back to him, though.
Yep, going around the carousel. Casey's starting to track him down again. He's going to make another move. I'm sure he might get a. I tell you what, Casey might get a chance at one more move on him.
Yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to come right down to the wire here. It's Parker's to lose. That's the way I see it right now. Casey's not giving up, though. That's for sure. He's going to go right down to the checkered flag.
I think he wasn't mistake. He just went too hot in that corner. He's got a chance to catch back up. He get him on the next lap.
Well, we're on lap 30 right now. We're only going to 31, so next time by will be the last lap.
Casey's down to less than a car length behind him now. There you get a shot from inside the car of Casey Kostowitz.
Look at Casey work.
Parker's using all that track.
Oh, you have to. Yep, those tires are gone right now. They're just riding around on a hope and a prayer right now. Dip and dive,
There it
slip and
goes.
slide.
Here it comes.
Look at that. Nose to tail, less than a car length shooting into the chicane.
Yep.
That's some scary stuff.
Right now.
Yeah, that's some scary
stuff.
That's scary stuff, not knowing when the guy in front of you is going to brake for sure, but he's been following him for a lot of laps, so I'm sure he has a good idea of Parker's braking point at this point.
Right.
He has to do it here. He has to do it in turn 1, or that's it, I think.
Yeah, they got to minimize their mistakes. That's what they're trying. Oh, he is off the track. Parker White just got the right side tires off the track.
Oh, and Casey Kostowitz let up and lifted and went into and backed it off so he could get a good run out of the turn on him. And he's in a strong position heading into this last lap if he's going to be able to do anything right here. And there we go. The white flag is out, and they just crossed the finish line. We are on the last lap, final lap of the race.
Where is it gonna happen, guys? That's what I want to know. Where is it gonna happen? It
I
looked like
think- I
Parker
think
might
it-
be out of tires.
I think it's going to happen just before the bus stop or at the bus stop.
Let's see here.
Possibly in the
Looks like
carousel. We'll
Casey
see.
is setting him up. Casey is absolutely setting him up. Oh, Casey, he is all over the place now. He's not leaving anything on the table.
Gonna bump him?
Oh,
Oh, he did.
Parker came down, blocked. Oh, is he slow through the bus? Oh, look at him crossed up.
Oh, here it goes.
Here we go.
He's got it. He's got him on the outside. That's
This
what he
is it
needs.
right here. This is make or break right here.
Coming back.
Coming out of the carousel. They're going to drag race down the straightaway.
Give him a little bumper.
Oh, look at this. This is, oh, wow. Look at Casey.
Yeah, the
Casey's
kind of
not
short
leaving
here.
nothing on the
Yeah,
table.
come on. To get the
Oh.
inside. Yeah,
Parker
no,
got
no.
his tires off again. Here we go. I don't know. I'm thinking Parker might have this unless he
He's
gets
not going to
out of the
turn
way.
it. That's the only way he's going to have to get him. He's turn him, and he ain't going to do that.
Here we go. They're going to have to drag race. Casey's got a drag race
got him
all
on
the way
the
down.
outside. He got him.
Oh my goodness, Casey's got him.
Oh, wow.
Casey Kosowicz for the win. Unbelievable, Tracy.
Oh.
He got it.
That was fun.
I have never
seen
seen anything like that in the whole time I've been on iRacing.
finish.
Oh,
we
man.
have been looking at stuff like this week after week, and I'm gonna tell you what, we got it this week. We have got our money's worth this week from that finish. Unbelievable. We need to
He
try
got
to
himself
get.
an X. He got himself an X. He went in the grass, man.
You care about no stinking X? It ain't about safety rating here. It's about the trophy girl.
Oh, yeah. You get to see Big Boo Betty at her finest. I tell
That's
you.
right. Yes, he does. Unbelievable.
Good one, Casey.
All right, we got to get them guys for some interviews. That was some great stuff there. Let's see what the finishing order is right now. Casey Kostowicz wins it at the line. 0.123 seconds was the difference.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. And then Daniel Buttafuoco, we talked about him all race long. He ends up with the podium. Hopefully we can get Daniel. He was 16 seconds back. So he had a good little race with John Jenkins. That was our host last night on the podcast. So John comes home fourth. We got Justin R. Smith. He came in fifth. Matt Rusi was sixth. Cody Trelindi started seventh, finished seventh. So he had a solid little day. Tommy Gossett, friend of the channel, he started 10th, finished 8th, right behind Cody. Holden McGill becomes 9th, and Kyle Myers finished 10th after that big, all that racing with Bruno and them, Dalrymple and them guys. So good job, guys.
Got a hard charger award, too.
Yeah, I think Lee Higley is still our stintanalyzer.com hard charger award. He started 20th, finished 14th, 2 laps down. He's the first car any laps down that wasn't on the lead lap. So good race for Lee. We'll get him an alien head to put on his car. But yeah, so we had 13 guys on the lead lap. Mike Bruno being the last one. What an amazing race. That's unbelievable. If you guys didn't like that, you just don't like racing. Unbelievable.
Okay, Mikey, if you want to go back to there and look at Brandon Smith, and you can see the wreck there, turn 1.
I'll tell you what, we have got Parker White in house right now. I'd like to talk to him personally.
Absolutely, Trace. Why don't you just go ahead and kick off this interview, man?
Parker, congratulations on a great finish, man. Oh, man, that was exciting. I don't know what it looked like from your seat, but I'm going to tell you what, it looked like you guys had your hands full there. You and Casey Kostowicz were actually in a race, by yourselves. You were 16 seconds ahead of everybody else. Daniel Buttafuoco, who was third. So what was that like, man? That's got to be exciting.
We were screaming in the booth. We were screaming. We couldn't believe that pass. Oh, what a pass. Sorry about the second place, but, man, what a pass.
Yeah,
It was something to watch. I'll say that.
That was honestly probably the most fun I've ever had in a road race, because just that last lap in general was almost exactly like the Ambrose and Keselowski finish in 2012. Like, that couldn't have been any better. I just had absolutely no grip there at the end, and I was just trying to hang on, and he just had so much more drive than me that he was able to get off the final corner so much better than I was, and I wasn't going to offense him for it, because I really don't race like that. And
No, you guys
A
drove
couple
a
of
great
laps
race.
earlier, I thought he got you in turn 1, but he overdrove it, and you cut right back underneath him, got that position back. That was awesome.
Yeah, that crossover was nice.
Yeah, I was gonna try to outbrake him, but I saw him go into one. I was like, yeah, there's no way he makes this. So I just backed it up and got the run off.
Very good. Hey, no problems with the dog this week, huh?
Oh yeah, no. I saw my dog come into my room and I'm like, oh no, this might not be good, but he never did anything.
Yeah, I'll say this for you.
Congratulations,
Yeah, I'll
man.
say this for you, Parker, man. You and Casey both set the pace in this race. Man, the two of you were in a league of your own tonight, and what an amazing, I just love the fact that it came down that amazing finish, and you're right. When you race like that, it is definitely some of the most fun you'll ever have in a car, having a clean battle like that.
Tracy was saying you both were probably smiling at this the last couple of laps, probably having a great time out there.
Yeah, like I never imagined at Be Open that it's 31 laps walking, it's going to come down to that close to a finish. Like my expectations are pretty low for this race, I'm going to be honest, but that was extremely good.
Well, yeah, you guys ran a pretty flawless race, man. Both of you. Congratulations on that, dude. This is what makes road course racing exciting, Parker. And if you have anybody you want to thank or any sponsors you want to shout out.
Yeah, I just got to thank you guys for the broadcast again. I got to thank North Source Racing and SRD Setup.
Absolutely, man. I tell you what an amazing finish tonight, Parker. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. You can hang out for a few if you want to. We got Ken Byron just stopped in. I've been doing some my keyboard. My fingers have been typing at my keyboard with some fury here, talking to Cody Trelindi, trying to get Casey in here for an interview. But turns out Casey had a league race like immediately after this, and I guess he's already gridded for it. So
same thing happened last time.
I know, so that's okay. We got Ken Byron, the team owner there for Casey, here to talk on his behalf. Man, Ken, were you watching that thing? That was wild, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we built the car this week to last and to make sure that it was good to the end and that we didn't lose any drive. And early on, we just kind of were keeping pace and making sure that we didn't let him get too far away. And about probably 7 or 8 to go, I come over the radio and I said, "Hey, he's coming back to you." And that's really all that he needed to know at that point. Casey is really good at when he smells blood in the water, honing in on mistakes.
That's exactly what it looked like. I called that out. That's exactly what it looked like.
He knows him and Spencer both, like they're road racers. Like that, this is what they do. They do oval racing for fun, but he knew like he could pick apart like where Parker was making mistakes, and then he could capitalize and make sure that part of the track was his best part of the racetrack. And he just continued to do that and continued to make sure that he kept the tires under him. And
I thought when he overshot
it,
absolutely,
those guys didn't leave anything on the table. They were dirt tracking it out of the S's. It was amazing to watch.
And
I thought it might have been over with after turn one when he overshot turn one when Parker got back underneath him. I thought he might not have another chance.
Well, hey, Ken, Cody told me to watch out for those Kosovic brothers in road racing. He said both of them, man, they are pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're good. And when they went into one, he had a good position on the inside, and he kind of braked and broke a little funny there, and to avoid creating any contact, he just kind of went up off the track and went back in line. And if you notice, the one thing that I really appreciate about those guys and the way that they race is that you see in the one instance where Parker went off the track and got a little bit loose, Casey could have dove it in. Most people are just going to drive it in there, and he backed it up and got back in line instead of putting them both at risk. So the car this week is phenomenal, and we're pretty happy. And we drove. He come to that left-hander and he come down that short straight and he said, "I'm going to go to the outside of him." And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yep, he's going to protect bottom." He said, "And I'm going to drive right by him on the outside." And he drove that thing in there, and he called it as what it was. Parker went up, but then he went down to protect, and he said as
Oh,
soon as the
man.
car straight, he said it's the floor.
Oh, and
And he
Casey
drove
clipped.
by, and I just
There wasn't much room
Well,
there.
Casey clipped the grass right by the wall, and he was trying to, as he was making that move to the outside. Ken, I was like, whoa! I mean, that every bit of that last couple laps was just had us on the edge of our seat, man. And that move on turn one you were just talking about, I was like, I told Tracy it looked like we were watching a dirt race, man. You had the slide job down the bottom. I mean, not really a slide job, but shooting down the bottom, and Parker countered down below, and then it was just wild. And then that finish, man, wow.
The race coming off the carousel, that was something else too. Yeah, it was something.
I tell you what, you guys have a heck of a road team over there in these road races. And Ken, and I tell you what, you guys build some solid road setups. So, man, and I really appreciate you coming on and filling in for Casey tonight. We're going to have to get Casey when he wins one of these things and he doesn't have a league race. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we'd like to get him over here and talk to him.
He runs a league on Monday night, so it's tough.
I have to get Big Boo Betty.
Like tonight he started dead last because he missed qualifying because timing wasn't right. So, so he has to start at the back of the league race. But this was worth it. I can't believe it stuck out there like it did that late in the race. But it did, and we tried some funky stuff this week. And I told you at Indy we tried some funky stuff and it was really good. Tried some funky stuff again this week, and it seems to be paying off. And I think that we're only going to get better throughout the week. So
Hey, Ken, can you answer a question for us real quick?
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out the fuel mileage. How far could they go before they actually had to come in for pits? We weren't sure if they were pitting.
No, they didn't have to pit in this race. I didn't know the exact. I don't know the exact amount, but this race this week is going to be no pit.
Okay, so it really wasn't a fuel mileage race or anything, because I think last time we talked to Parker, I think he said he was clutching it and stuff like that at the last. Well, that was the last race at Richmond. Yeah, but this week I didn't know if it was a fuel mileage race or not.
No. The A car is though.
Okay, we might have to get Casey's address for Big Boo Betty. We'll see him personally.
That's fine.
Well, hey, he might like the visit there, Robert.
Yeah, he'd probably appreciate that pretty good.
Anyway, Ken, man, we appreciate.
She is pretty friendly.
We appreciate you being on tonight, Ken, and filling in for Casey, and always stepping up and being a friend of the channel. And I want to give you the last word in this interview, man, and let you pitch yourself and tell everybody what you all are doing, the team that you own, and where to find you all if they want to go and grab the setup that was run in tonight's race there by the winner, Casey Kosowicz.
Yeah, first I just want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Roasted Gems Coffee, and Garza Law Firm out of Knoxville. Those guys have done a lot for us, and they're really supportive of our team, and we're really proud to carry their logos on our cars. And then the setup that was ran tonight was the Advanced 2 setup that's in the pack. You can get it at rycosetups.com this week, and it's actually on sale for $2 off. So you can get the pack this week for $10.
Now, Ken, did you guys change your website address or add another address to it? You said rycosetups.com, but I've always went to rycomotorsports.com. So
we added
cool.
We added a couple short ones, just to make it a little bit easier for folks. So
awesome, man. Anything else you got for us before we head out?
No, just keep your eyes open. We got something really big coming, probably in a week and a half.
Man, about every time you talk to us, you tell me you got something big coming in, and you
We're
always
gonna have to add a
deliver.
podcast date.
Yeah, you always deliver, man. On the last week on the Monday Night Strength of Field, you sent me the announcement and release to go ahead and put on the broadcast. And before you head out, why don't you tell everybody about what you released last week? And we announced on our broadcast exclusively, first to hear right here in Monday Night Strength of Field broadcast by the Alien Factory. Why don't you go ahead and for anybody that missed it last week, fill them in on the big news from last week.
Yeah, so last week, it's been something that's kind of been in the works, but wasn't necessarily something that was done. But we signed an agreement with bringing on Elliott Sadler Esports as one of the teams that will be running our setups. So we're pretty excited about that. We went from having 2 drivers in Coke for the remainder of the season to 6. So we're pretty excited about that to be associated with them and being able to to contribute to their success and the history they have as a team and the household name. So it's pretty exciting.
Awesome, guys. That is Ken Byron, owner of Ryko Motorsports, man. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, Ken.
Good night, guys.
Also in the channel here, finishing in 4th position, I saw a second ago, we have John Jenkins patiently waiting there. John, man, why don't you talk to us about how your race was tonight?
It was adventurous. Set's way better than the driver, and
I hate when that happens.
and yeah, there's a lot more potential in the set than what I can give it. For sure. Those guys, Parker and Casey, I knew they were gonna go.
They were the class of the field. They were in a race by themselves, man.
Did you get a chance to look at the replay on that finish? That finish?
I haven't, but I'll probably end up looking back at it.
Yeah, you kind of want to look at it. It was crazy.
Last lap or 2 laps, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. Them guys are top notch road course racing. Daniel, I messaged him before the race. I was like, hey, I'm not very consistent right now with the car and getting around the track. So I was like, hey, I'll let you go. And he got out there, and I finally got in a rhythm and tracked him down. I just couldn't get around him. But
that's the key to the road courses. Once you hit that rhythm, then you're okay. But it's trying to get there. If you're fighting a car, you just can't get there.
Yeah, it come around there at the end. I started reeling him in, and I just could never get around him enough of a run. He could get off the exit better than I could. I had better straightaway speed, but I don't know if he had damage or something.
So, John, are you tired from doing the podcast last night still, or did you get some sleep?
I got about 5 hours of sleep last night, so
okay.
I did pretty decent.
That's good. Just as long as you can stay focused. We were glad to have you last night. That was a great podcast. It was good to have you. You were a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, there's more in the future. And
absolutely, we'll have you back. Absolutely, no worries there.
And John, I tell you what, appreciate you stopping by. And you said you had a strong finish there in 4th place tonight. And if anybody's interested in going and checking you guys out and the setup you're running, I'll give you an opportunity here before we go back and watch some of these replays and close out the broadcast to go ahead and let everybody know where to find your stuff at.
Yeah, you can find our setups at raceepi.com, or you can go to Twitter, Elite Performance Industries, or Instagram and Facebook. And I want to say thanks to them and you guys for the broadcast, and Custom Paints and Diecast for all he does. I should have a new paint coming here in the next day or 2, so be on the lookout for that.
Sounds good, John. Thanks for coming by, bud.
No problem.
All right. We got the broadcast team all ready to go before we close the broadcast tonight, guys. As we promised,
Brandon Smith.
As we promised, we're going to go back and check out some of the stuff that was happening there in the first lap of the race.
Mike, before we close, too, I got to make sure that we do a recap of finishing order and our halfway challenge and our hard charger award, too.
All right, here we go, guys. The very first car to get knocked out here was David W. Robertson. We'll go back and check that one out as well.
Said he got ran into. I think the guy hit him, I think.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and check out and see what happened here. Look, here they are. This is the beginning of the race, turn 1, lap 1, turn 1. And
are you on David's car there?
Yeah, we're on David. Yeah, he's got the 46, the blue and yellow 46 car there.
He said he wasn't expecting David to turn down. I don't know. I'm going to look and see what happened.
Yeah, David Robertson, David W. Robertson, he started back a little ways. I think he was trying to avoid stuff. Started back a little ways, left a little bit of a gap there, and got a good run on the start. And we'll kind of pick up there. Here he is.
That's this opening lap. The 15 car flew off the corner there, too.
Yeah, here's the 1 car. So he had a good run and goes down below the 19, and then there's the 22, the custom number 22 on the outside of him, and the 16 shoots down below him. Yeah, that was not.
Yeah, he got run into.
Yeah, that David W. Robertson was the victim there, but he collects himself and heads back out on the track. I'm not sure if that's what did him in. I don't think that was enough damage to do him in. There was another car, I think, that shot up towards the wall
Watch
there.
the 15 go off the end of the grass. Now that's Jason Conklin, and I'm gonna tell you what, he's real lucky there, because I don't know if he got any damage on that left side or not, but that grass is not forgiving for sure.
Yeah, let's go ahead and head up there to Jason Conklin's car, and we'll kind of look to see what happens. Looks like he
You
just
get some damage if you go in the grass like that.
It's not damage, but you can't stop. I mean, you're just flying. That's a braking
Just for the
zone.
ride.
Yeah, and
He
he's
got
a
lucky. Oh, he got lucky.
Wow,
Did he get
almost
stopped?
got up there. Oh, almost got the wall.
Man, that was the one that I was watching. I didn't even see.
I bet he was
there.
puckering. I bet he was puckering.
Oh, he was.
All right,
Hold on,
guys.
through the S's there, Mike. 'cause
now
that's
see
for the rest
Brandon.
of us.
Yeah, Brandon Smith. You can get it on Brandon.
Brandon
Smith
Schmidt already
number.
has some damage in his car there. I wonder where he got that from. Oh, he got that from the 16 in lap 1, turn 1. The same.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Okay,
happen.
and that's why the 15 car went up into the grass, as he was trying to avoid it. These guys were checking up early. Oh, and the 16 just nailed Brandon Schmidt. Got him right there. Wow, okay.
I kept my eye on the 16 to see, and
So Brandon Schmidt's already got 4 X's there, lap 1, turn 1. It looks like he's going to get a little bit more involved here in this, whatever happened in the S's.
It gets dicey right here. Probably got loose.
They got loose big time.
Somebody bounce off the curb or something?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Dude.
Oh, he
Whoa!
just lost it.
Yeah, he lost
Oh!
it.
Oh!
Back to some more going on back behind him.
Let's go back and
That's how practice went on the first lap too, getting real loose in the S's when the tires are cold.
let's head back a little farther here. I'm not sure who's back behind him there. Let's see, Nathan. Let's see.
I was watching the 16 car, and that's when I saw it.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe David W. Let me look here. See who'd be back there behind him a bit that we could get a good look. Because since we're post race, it's kind of hard to see who was where.
Got usual arrow by his.
Yeah.
there.
I'll just. I don't like during the broadcast. I don't like to turn the menus on in iRacing, but we can go ahead and do that. That'd be an easy way of doing it. Let's head back a little bit here. Behind him, there's a 21 car. There's a 16.
Somewhere.
There's a 22. How many cars back farther was that? The 16.
Yes.
He was involved as well. Let's go to the 14. There we go. So there, it's happening up in front. He goes wild there. Several 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars.
Oh wow. Yeah, that was ugly.
Bad.
So somebody just disconnected. Now, I want to stick with David W. Robertson because I tell you what, he got a bunch of damage and got stuck into the pits for a while with a few guys. And I'm wondering what it may have been that wreck that did it to him. I'm not sure which wreck it was that did it to him. Let's head back out on the track here with him because he went multiple laps down. Okay, so he gets in this, and this is the one we've already looked at, the initial where he gets turned there by the 16, but he gets right back out on the track. Yeah,
that lucky he didn't get run into.
Yeah, well, that was clear back to back the pack. I don't think there was anybody left to come through there at that point.
So the mess should be in the middle of the S's here. There it is. Oh, he goes by him. Okay.
Yeah, he makes it. He makes it
Oh,
through.
he picked up 5 spots.
Yeah, he makes it through. So I just wonder where he picked up his damage. It got him like 8 or 9 laps down. Let's see here.
Can you go to his laps where there's a hole, maybe? Like a real discrepancy in lap times?
We could probably do that right here in iRacing here.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Lap 4.
That might be a good place to start.
You're gonna have to fast forward a little bit.
Here he comes. He's coming up on the modified car there.
Yeah, he modified it.
Oh!
He bumped.
He is right.
I think
What?
there was something. Yeah, I think that. What do you
Wow.
think?
Is that the guy that got into him? No.
No, I don't think so. Wow, he just comes up behind him and bumps him. Boom.
Yeah, he did.
He's just like, get out of my way. Bumps him up towards the wall. Wow.
Yeah. Little road rage there, it looks like.
He was
Probably
the
been better off starting and parking.
He was the victim in the first one, but that one, man, dude.
He might have thought that was the guy that turned him or something.
It might have been. I don't think it was. It might have been.
Well, Yeah, but wasn't the 16 and the 21 side by side there?
Yeah.
He might have thought the 21 got him instead of the 16.
Well, let's get back here and
the
look.
16 got into Smith.
Yeah, let's get back and look. I'm a bit interested here to kind of see. Yeah, that was pretty wild. Just comes up behind him and nails him. Because he was. Yeah, David Robertson is definitely the victim here. Definitely, no question about it. It was the 16. Yeah, it was the 16.
Okay. Is there 21 in there at all?
No.
No. Okay. I don't know why he ran into it.
Wild, man.
Yeah.
He must have had blood in his eyes.
Road rage.
I guess. I mean, right here it is. He just squares up. It's like
and the 16 is that Aaron Fold 4. He's our UK&I guy. He's our foreign guest tonight.
Yeah, man, he squares up and nails him a couple of times. It's like, just in case somebody might have thought it was an accident, he got him a second time on the way by.
One is never enough.
Yeah, right there's the first time. Boom, right there's the second time.
There was plenty of track there to go around him.
I mean, is that what? You're right. There, yeah. Well, not like there wasn't a whole track on the inside there. I'm just wondering if that's what did him in, because that was it for a while. He must have went into the pits. Maybe he had some overheating issues after that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if he overheated, maybe popped.
Well, when you bump into somebody, got some tape on that thing. I guess that could happen.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I'm following what happened to him is because the rest of the guys that got caught up in those lap 1 incidents, they went into the pits immediately, right? Because they got trashed. He didn't. I mean, he was the victim a little bit there and got bumped around. And
the front end's definitely smashed in on
now it is. Yeah, that was it. That's what done it in. He must have been overheat. Well, no. He stays out for another lap.
I was going to say, couldn't have ran too much longer because he was only in for 5 laps.
I wonder if he goes in this time around. Yeah, there he is.
Comes in, calls it a day.
Yeah.
Starting park.
He must have had some overheating issues and was able to make it one more lap and then come in.
His car was clean before he hit that guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. He just had a little tiny bit of scrapes on the paint over there.
Yeah.
He got hit by the wheel, not by no front end damage.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pick on David W. Robertson there. I was curious because, like I said, everybody else that was in the pits for a long period of time and was out, everybody else they got taken out in that crash in the S's, but he was fine, and all of a sudden he's out, and I'm like, what happened to him? Is kind of why we were tracking that down there. But wow.
Maybe he thought he couldn't gain any more positions than what he got.
Yeah, but then why hit the guy twice on the way out? I didn't know we were going to find that. I had no clue that's what we were going to find there as we went back through and looked at that replay. So let's go ahead, guys, as we finish and bring up our Area 51 results here, the official results here from Area 51. If you want to get the official results, you go to iRacing.com under the members and you log in and get the official results. But we give our Area 51 official results, even though they're not quite official in iRacing. Here we go, Trace. For your winner tonight, as we've already talked about and interviewed his team owner, that was Casey Kosowicz. Second place was right here in the channel for an interview as well, Parker White. What a battle that was there at the end. Third place, Daniel Botafuco. Fourth place, John Jenkins stopped by. He stopped by for the podcast last night. Also stopped by for a post-race interview here tonight as well. So y'all got to hear from John Jenkins there as well. Fifth place, Justin R. Smith. Sixth place, Matt Rusi. Seventh place, Cody Trelindi. Eighth place, Tommy Gossett. Cody Trelindi there in seventh is your overall, still by over 400 points, your overall championship leader here in Xfinity Open. Like I said, Tommy Gossett, eighth place. Holden McGill, ninth. And rounding out your top 10 tonight, Trace, is Kyle Myers. So there you go. There is your top 10. But I do want to say Casey Kosowicz and Parker White was in a complete league of their own.
Remember, Parker White, he was our halfway challenge, our Area 51 Alien Factory halfway challenge. He gets the little alien head, so he was leading it halfway. And we can't forget our stintanalyzer.com hard charger award, which goes to Lee Higley. Started 20th, finished 14th. So he's our highest finisher. That was the biggest mover. So congrats to Lee Higley. He gets an area alien head as well.
Awesome, guys. What a broadcast this has been. I'd like to thank everybody down there for checking into the broadcast tonight. We appreciate all the viewers, all the comments as well. Looks like Cody Trillindi was in here making some comments. John Jenkins was talking to him. We also had Ricky Thompson himself, the creator of Stint Analyzer, was in making some comments there and getting involved. So all kinds of great chat in the comments here of the broadcast. If you guys make a comment to us, we might announce it here in the broadcast as well. We've done that many times before. Just appreciate all of the interaction and all the support we get from the community here at Area 51. And if you're still listening and you have not done so yet, we would just ask you hit that subscribe button. Every subscription helps us and it helps us achieve our goals here at the channel and gives us channel growth. There's also the bell icon. Hit the bell icon, get notified anytime that we put up new content here on the channel. And Tracy, just as we always say, check the notes. We want to tell you guys to check the description down below every time you leave. All kinds of cool goodies. I'm getting ready to add some new cool goodies to future.
You're gonna add that podcast, that diecast on. there too, right?
Yeah. We got a cool place that you guys, if you want to get diecasts made of your car, John Jenkins has a buddy, hooks him up with paint jobs, and he advertises for him on his car. And you can get first of all, you can get wraps and paints made for iRacing. Custom paints and die casts, and we'll put a link up for that. You can down in the description below. And if you ever wanted to get your if you got a great car and a paint job you've had for a long time, and if you want to get it made into I think it's a 124th model car die cast there of your iRacing car, you can get that done as well. We're getting ready to add that down in the description as well for you guys here in some upcoming videos. Probably by this weekend, by the podcast time, I'll have that added to the description down below.
It's 124 bigger than a 164. I guess it is, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yep, sure is. Hey, just a quick note too. We've got Nathan Waddell, friend of the channel. He's going to be racing here shortly in that Butt Kicker Super Late Model Series for the Pro Series. So we're going to go shift our focus over to watching Nathan. Hopefully he makes the show tonight and puts on a good job.
Absolutely, guys. Go check that out. It's on the iRacing YouTube channel under their live events. It's getting ready to kick off here in just a second, and that's where we're headed. If you guys want to continue watching some good racing being broadcast here on YouTube, they got some professional broadcasters over there. We're just the amateurs over here, Tracy, and they got the professionals hired by iRacing over there, and they're broadcasting.
They had no Big Boo Betty, though.
Oh, I didn't say they were as good as us. I'm just said that they're the professionals over there.
Still offend Big Boo Betty because there ain't nobody like Big Boo.
No, there ain't no broadcast trace like these broadcasts here at the Alien Factory broadcast booth, is there?
We just got to get Scooter Scotty Stevens back on here. We miss him.
He's been busy lately.
Yeah, I know, but at least we got the #1 team driver Robert Cook with us still.
That's right.
Yeah, and I bring Big Boo Betty with me wherever I go.
All right.
Good too.
All right, guys. #1 team driver Robert Cook. Appreciate you being here, Robert. The Admiral Tracy Rumschlag and myself, Mr. Excitement Mike Howerton. That wraps up our broadcast here tonight at virtual Watkins Glen in Wine Country, New York, here in the virtual raceway at Watkins Glen. Appreciate y'all being with us. And as always, we will see you in the next one.